and we're gonna go play the first game on Viceroy. It is actually possible to end the cycle before you have started any game. This is the wrong profile. I need this one. So as I just said, you can end the cycle before playing any game, so that that resets the map. So I've done that to get a map where I can reach this green, what's the name of these things, seals, passing by one of those event markers every game. Oh, the chat is inactive. Let me see. I can. Yes. Oh, I think you need to be subscribed to my stream for a very short time. You can choose how long you have to be a member before you can make any comments. Yes, you need an account and become part of my stream. So meanwhile, I'm gonna start. When you start a game, you get to choose from up to 3 caravans. It's one of the upgrades which we will get to after the game, to get the third caravan. In this case, I'm going to choose the second. Both have 7 inhabitants, but this resource is the most important one, so that's why I want this caravan, because I like that resource. And I have here 3 embarkation points. That's gonna grow up to, I think, 10 maybe when you have all the bonuses. And you can also get other materials than just these 3 base things. This is the difficulty level slider. It starts with the 4 base difficulties, but the reality is all of them are total peanuts, and after this we start to get prestige levels 1 to 20, and prestige 9 is where the game actually starts, because that's where the trading stops being totally ridiculously overpowered. So this is where we start. We can see the forest effects. No villagers die when attacking a trader. I never attack a trader really. Each type of tree has a distinct bonus resource. The trees, they always give more than only wood. In this case there's 4 different trees. And villagers get a slightly bigger chance for each hostility level. I actually have 1 viewer now for those who are watching this later, and this 1 viewer is my friend, and I'm gonna explain him the game, so that's why, even though you might be interested in playing P20 and you know the game, this installment is gonna have the base explanation of it. There's always a few forest mysteries, 1 positive one and a bunch of negative ones. The positive ones here says that there's a bonus to water production. We'll get to the water production later. This is the negative one that's always there, and that means that during storm you have -4 global resolve and an extra 4 per hostility level. And then there's 4 randomized ones. Oh. Hallo meneer Smit. Hallo, goedenavond. Ja, klopt. Friet. Nee, hoeft niet. Ja, hoeft geen sla bij. Nee. Ja. Ja. Oké, tot straks. Well, sorry, that's a slight interruption. Since I'm not a famous streamer yet with thousands of viewers, I think I can do that. So, we have the 4 randomized mysteries. The first one says, the dark skies above the settlement awaken a primal fear in all villagers. The resolves drop 100% faster. That's totally irrelevant. Well, almost totally. The rain dissolves some of the resources to your warehouse. Recipes producing building materials produce 50% fewer. Well, that's an interesting one. That means we don't want to be producing building materials during the storm. And this one says villagers have a 50% chance of eating double the amount of food. That's not terrible. I can safely ignore that. Villagers with this percent have 5% of dying every 15 seconds. That is the worst one out there. It basically means you cannot go to hostility level 5 unless you prevent it by having services for them. Now I'm going to show you my little Excel file that I always keep on the side. Let me open it. That's this one. It has all the materials, and I could make it automated with the buildings and then everything could color, but I'm lazy, so I do it manually. But it also has this little list where I can say this one is significant on hostility level 3, no build mods during storm, and level 5 is no go. Or services, but for now I'll stay with the no-go. I'll move that back to my second screen. So the thing is, we have 3 seasons. We start a year with the drizzle season. That's where we have the green bonus. It lasts 4 minutes. Then comes the clearance season. It lasts another 4 minutes. And then the third season is the storm season, and that lasts 2 minutes at the lower difficulty levels, and it will also last 4 minutes on the higher difficulty levels. And that's when all these things happen. And when we lose, most importantly, this thing, we lose 4 global resolve. Now we have only humans at the moment, and you see here that they have 15 resolve. So that means even when we get this to level 2, they would lose 12, which would be sort of fine. There is an additional 2 per level, because in reality you lose 6 per level. So we cannot get to level 2 quite yet, but close to it. These are all the amenities that makes them happy, and you see the bonus. Like if we give them biscuits, they can get 5 plus resolve. If we give them religion, they get 8 resolve. Housing gets 3, specialized housing gets an extra 3. So there's lots of stuff that gives them extra resolve. And this blue dot here is at 30, that's the reputation threshold, and when the resolve goes over 30, you're gaining reputation from them over time. This is the reputation bar, and we need, I believe, 14 reputation to fill up that bar, and that's the game 1. This is the impatience bar, and that fills up by time, and every time I gain 1 reputation, you lose 1 impatience, and that's the bar that's the game loss. If this bar fills up, the game is lost. If this bar fills up, the game is won. Now we start here with the heart, and it burns fuel, and it always has to do that, otherwise you get a very big resolve penalty. And this is the warehouse. The warehouse are like in, for example, the Anno game series. They're all connected. I can build extra warehouses and they'll be teleporting the materials between them. That's very convenient. We're gonna start by building a few woodcutters. We have 7 people, a woodcutter contains 3, so I can build 2 woodcutters. And I'm gonna build those woodcutters in a way that they are making a road towards these other clearances. Now I have some preference what kind of clearance I like, and in this case I'm going to work towards these 2 of them. And the reason is that this heart has a radius, you can see it in orange, and I can build another heart and the radius cannot overlap. So this one clearance is really close to that, and it cannot really, I need to dig more trees before I can build an extra heart there. This one is probably just possible. Close. I also will need to clear a few trees probably. While in here it's super easy. There I can build one, there I can build one, no problems. So I'm gonna start clearing this forest, working towards that one, working towards maybe this one and that one. Those are the 3. I always aim for 2 or 3 clear glades, as they call it, to clear and to open during the game, because each glade adds a hostility. This is selecting which trees they are gonna cut. This is the hostility bar. It says now 12 out of 100, and when it reaches 100 you go to level 1 and it starts over, and every 100 is 1 hostility level. And opening one of those glades gives you 30 hostility. The years give you 45 hostility each. The villagers give you 6 hostility each, and active woodcutters give you 24, which means that in practice you cut little or no wood during the storm, especially in the later years. And the hearts, they give you negative 30, and the Queen's Impatience also gives you a negative modifier, so filling this bar up kind of makes the game easier. It's a sort of balanced system. This is the build priority, so this is my standard opening. I put the woodcutters on build priority 4. The next important thing I need are the makeshift posts, which can make packs, and the crude workstation, which can make building materials. I put these on priority 4. Then I'm gonna build the trading post, and I put that on priority 3. And after that I want to build houses, and I put those on priority 2. I have 7 guys. These houses contain 3 people, so 3 of them is enough. And I build a park, which is also going to be on priority 2. So those houses are going to give 3 resolve to my guys. That brings them to 18. And this heart that can go 1 level up is going to also give 2 global resolve, and for that we need 8 population in houses and 4 decorations. This park is 4 decorations. And then finally the last priority is whatever resources we have nearby. I built a camp for those, and these are going to be to 1, and what's at 0, that's the road that I've built. And now we press spacebar and we get the game going. I'll go a little faster for now. I'm not a fast player. I generally take about 3 times the time that the actual game is running. But you will get to that later, the slow times. I put 1 guy. I have to get used to losing all the unlocks. because I don't think I can even do trade routes. This build is made so that I can do trade routes as soon as possible, but I don't think I've even unlocked the trade routes. This is every year we get a cornerstone. Gain 1 villager every time you discover a new glade. Since I open very little glades, that's not very valuable. And hostility from woodcutters is decreased by 12. That's insignificant because I just don't get wood during the storm. If your cornerstones are no good, you can decline them and you gain 10 amber. So that's what I do. Here we see the blueprints, and those are the blueprints for the buildings. I see one that I'm gonna take. Usually I don't choose anything early on. I wait until I have opened the glades, until the trader is in, and there will be orders from the queen, so that I get all those choices at once. But because that's what the game is. The game is kind of a puzzle where you have to make everything work together. You see these buildings, they have always 3 recipes that they can produce. But all of the recipes, they need a resource. In jerky, for example, I press on this magnifying glass and we look at the building. The jerky needs either insects or meat, plus any sort of the 4 fuels that are in the game, and then they produce an advanced food. This has a double advantage. As I just showed you, the citizens, they gain resolve from certain perks, from certain products, and this is one of them. Now the humans, I believe, do not get a bonus from jerky. Other races get a bonus from jerky. So that's one of the reasons to produce this food, is to get your resolve on that race. And the other reason is that you need, in this case, 6 insects or meat, and you make 10 jerky, so you double the amount of food you have. That is really important in the later difficulties especially. So this recipe is only useful if you actually have meat or insects, and there are ones that are more complicated. But in this case I see the carpenter, and the carpenter is a building that I really like a lot, so I'm gonna choose it right away. Because the carpenter produces 2 planks from 5 wood. Right now I can produce planks in the crude workstation, but that needs 8 wood and more time. And the carpenter can produce tools, which are an important resource, not a necessary resource, but they're a win condition basically. And being able to produce tools is half the equation. We first need to have bars, either copper bars or crystallized dew, which we don't have yet. We need another recipe for that, and that's the game. You need to puzzle everything together, where you have the recipes to get an entire production chain and the base resources needed for that. But I'm going to choose the carpenter right now, because I want that plank production early. As I said, I normally don't choose right away. I wait until all the options come in. But this is lower difficulties, it's more forgiving. I have more blueprints, more choices. I can choose this carpenter right now. I can turn off the other recipes, they're only going to be used to produce planks. I don't have any, so I will need to use this crude workstation for now. I made a mistake actually. This one is not on priority 5, so I only have 1 woodcutter camp. Well, okay, no worries about that. I don't have any plant fiber either. Oh, I really need to get used to this, not having all those things. I need cloth and I need planks. 2 and 5 of them. The wood will come, and the cloth can be made from these reeds. I need to activate that. So I should have done the priorities different, of course, because I don't have trade routes, so I built this for useless. I'm gonna move this for free. That's nice. Some buildings cost money to build, some are free to move, some are free to move. The fire is going out. That's meaning I'm using all my wood. Oh, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. More wood is coming in. Here we see the resources that we have. We have about 100 food, which is very plenty for 7 people on a low difficulty level. On the higher difficulty level they eat twice as much. Oh, we also have coal. Now I usually like to keep my coal, because it might help me with the events that you have to solve when you open these glades. And then there's orders. I normally don't open those early either, because there are timed orders and you have to pick them right away and finish them in time. But that's an unlock that comes later, so now I can open these safely. Complete 2 glade events. Well, I guess that's gonna happen. This is an easy one. I can actually do that right now. I can pay my 10 amber and I can complete this order. Or we can choose this. This is going to happen, and this costs 10 gold. And if we look at the rewards, these are important. This one is not yet important at this difficulty level. It's very important at the higher ones. We'll get to that in time. And this is convenient. This is, I don't even know, does this map have copper? No. So this is useless, entirely useless. I'm gonna choose this one because I can finish this right away at will. And this is pretty much the same. It says I have to trade some and pay 10 golds. Or I pay 5 tools, which is about equal to 10 golds. So the question is, do I want this for my 10 golds or do I want this? I think I want this, because also I can complete it right away after this one. Deliver. 2 of them completed, which grants me 2 of these dots, which in turn grants me 2 new blueprints. Now we are not in a hurry for the blueprints. We are kind of in a hurry to get that fire going, huh? We need wood. Deliver that wood, please. Quick. Or I'm gonna burn this. Oh. This needs wood, this needs wood too. I think I'm gonna set my builder to wood cutting. We need more wood now. Oh! Damn. That is very, very wrong. Oh, apparently I have marked it. So now we get to this way too early. The glade events. I've opened this glade, and the dangerous glades always have a glade event. And there are 2 ways to solve it. Either I can bury the entrance or I can perform the ritual. To perform the ritual I need a resource that I don't have. And that's why we open them when the trader is there, because then I might be able to buy this resource. But now I'm not. So I'm gonna have to do this. I can spend some of the resources that I have, and I will have 10 penalty to resolve from my woodcutters and gatherers for the duration of solving this event. So I'm gonna get this guy out of here. He can bring this to the warehouse. That's what it was doing. And I'm gonna get one of these out of here. We have 2 guys to fix this clay event. Which resource am I gonna use? Either the fabrics or the bricks. I am gonna be able to produce fabric with this, and I don't yet see stones. I don't see stones here either, so those are gonna be a more rare resource. So I'm gonna use the fabric. And this reward will also be a bunch of gold and another half of these reputation points. Let's go for it. Oh, and if I don't do it in time is 13 minutes right now, then this will happen. And it kills every living being in a 20 field radius. Since this is very close to home, that's probably an issue. Well, it's not a huge issue because I can move those camps out of my way, so I could survive that. But it would happen every 13 minutes. We're gonna have to fix this anyway if we want to use this area. So that's arranged now, that will be fixed. We are also getting a rain mill here, which produces flour. And we have a patch of farmland, so now we kind of want a small farm, and we can make grain, we can turn it into flour, and then we need one more recipe to turn it into food. Let's have a look at the blueprints now. A forager's camp, a trapper's camp, or a herbalist camp. Which camp do I want? I want the camp, we always have the base camps here, those are the small ones, and they can use the small patches, like these. And these. This is a small patch of broccoli, 15 vegetables. This is a large patch of broccoli, 70 vegetables. And for that we need the larger version of the same camp. So we have those, and we have a large worm tongue nest. But there's 2 of the veggie patches, so I think the forager's camp now has the priority. This is from the trapper's camp. We are going to choose the forager's camp. Okay, so we wanted to the rain mill we don't choose because we're going to have one. And then we just need a small farm, and here we can choose how are we going to use that flour. The flour can be used to produce biscuits and pie. So both of these buildings can use the flour. But I think I like pottery as an added thing more than pigment. Skewers is also decent. We're choosing the bakery right now. And there is the small farm. Okay, I don't need to look anymore. That's the game. The first priority is always like, how am I gonna feed my people? So that's arranged. We have a small farm here. We need to add some farm fields for it. So that's gonna make grain and not veggies. And then we want a warehouse right next to the small farm, so they don't have to make a long walk to bring their product somewhere. Then we wanted, oh, that's here, the rain mill. I'm gonna move that a little closer. Destroying buildings that are not yet built always gives you all the resources. And usually when they're all built too, but there are some events that cause that to not be the case. So we're gonna have the rain mill turn it into flour, and we're gonna have the bakery to turn that into some sort of food. I misplaced these a bit. I want them right at the road. The bakery. And the warehouse. So that's gonna be that. What else do we see in here? We see a large abandoned cache. You can open them with tools, and that's why I said the tools are a victory condition, because you can produce like 200 tools, then you open all the glades that are within reach, and you use the tools to gain these reputation points and fill up your bar. Opening all the glades of course means activating a bunch of glade events, but they all have 13 minutes time, and it takes 1 single minute to use the tools and get the reputation points, so you can just quickly get the victory before the events resolve. The alternative is to use a bunch of bricks or sea marrow to open them and get a whole lot of goodies. So usually in early game it's good to choose this, take the goodies, and then later on when you're close to winning you just open them for the victory. Send them to the citadel for the victory. So now we are waiting for this, and I need to see what materials do I have remaining. I have 3 cloth, 10 bricks, and planks I can still produce. I always like to have the warehouse done first, because then my builders don't need to walk a long distance. The next priority is the small farm. I put that to 4, as well as the farm fields, which I also put to 4, because we need to grow food first. And the last priority is the bakery, which I set to 3. And this also needs to happen. This. I don't think I have enough cloth yet, do I? I had needed 2 in here, 2 in here, that's 4, and 2 in here, it's 6, and I only have 3. So we need to produce 3 fabric. Which is why I'm not gonna do this right now. Okay. This has the highest priority because we need to produce fabric. We don't have a builder at the moment, but we also, 4 woodcutters is already very little. And we need another 2 fabric here. They are already in there. That's already subtracted from the ones that I said I had. I do want this at high priority because it's gonna make planks at a better rate than my crude workstation. So while this is running, let's have a look at the last blueprint we could choose. Well, we already have flour production. That's not great. Coal production can be useful, but I'm not going to choose any of these yet because I'm not going to do that right now. I'm first going to do this, so I'm not going to choose while I don't use it at the moment. There's always something that might change your mind, right? The storm is coming in. I still have no wood in stock. So this whole field is something that I do want to clear. But this may also be cleared a little. And I'm gonna need some time for this anyway. There's no hurry to open those 2 right now. Which is also not what I was planning to explain. Because usually after the first storm I want to open 2 of them if I can. Just to have the maximum amount of information and get all the choices get together. but that's screwed up anyway. I already kind of made this game. I made all the choices. Yeah. We will also soon get some new people. Every year we get one cornerstone and we get a few newcomers, which are growing in numbers. The first year you get 2 or 3 and then it's gonna grow in numbers, and later on you might get 6 or 7 in 1 year. And then we got through the first storm. So we get our second cornerstone. This is an orange one. The first one was purple, and the second the even years are orange ones, and they are better ones generally. This is one that I don't like because trading is important and I don't like my traders to be slower. Relatives give me water skins for every reputation points. That's also rather insignificant. If I had the rerolls, I would use them probably, but I don't. So I'm going to take another 10 gold. And the newcomers, we can see here the other races that we're going to get. Do I have any special use for them right now? Not really. It's just gonna complicate matters because they have a much lower resolve, the lizards especially. I'm going to choose the humans to keep things simple for now. And the buildings, like the woodcutter's camp, it has a specialization bonus, and that's what the beavers supply. But it's not a humongous bonus. It says 10% chance of having double yield. And for one beaver, that's not so big a bonus that I'm gonna have to choose that one beaver. These have the farming specialization, the small farm. The people are always the farmers. The beavers are basically the operators of buildings like these. The lizards, they like to work with meat and heat. And there will be harpies. Harpies are the best race in the game. Harpies are good at making reputation through resolve. And harpies in the heart, because in the heart they also always give some special bonus. The humans, they make the impatience bar go slower, which is totally unimportant until very high difficulties. The beavers, they make you burn less wood, which is not the most important thing. And the harpies, they double the citizens' carrying capacity, and that is awesome. We're getting new. They're a bit of a bitch to fulfill. This is a lot of packs I'd have to make. I can make them, so that's something I'm certain I can do, but it's kind of a lot of work. And this is something we're never certain it's going to happen. So I'm going to choose this because I'm certain I can fulfill it. And in here we have discovered 2 glades within 2.5 minutes. That's easy. This is a really sexy bonus. I really like the +1 production yield for packs. But there is no saying that I'm ever going to get the 3 tablets. I'm gonna have to get my food now. So let me see, can I pause this? I have 2 viewers. Oh, that must be myself again. I had 1 viewer the other time as well. I don't see I can pause it, right? Well, I'm gonna keep the game running while I eat. I'm gonna choose this one. And now we also have the trader coming in. Oh, so I have to get that. Well, they're still honest people. I actually gave him 2 banknotes and didn't notice, and he called and gave me the extra one returned. So this is the trader. You see the goods that the trader has for sale and my goods that the trader is willing to buy. These are not necessarily all my goods. And I could, for example, buy wine from him, 50 wine for 10 gold. Now I'm not gonna buy anything of him. He also has some special perks for sale, but they are not super important right now. I could buy some actually. But I don't need them. They're not that important. Let's just keep the game running. And unpack the food. So we have our blank production sort of active. It means I should turn it off in here, and this one needs to produce fabric. I did take my extra people. Where are they? They're in here. I'm gonna have one producing fabric in the crude workstation. No, because that's not going to happen yet. Oh, there is one in there, yeah, so that's good. He can produce fabric. How's this doing? Oh, this is already finished. Cool. Well, then we need a builder. So we're going to take another one off of wood cutting. He's going to be building everything. Normally 1 builder is enough through all of the game, unless you have nothing to build, then you just put him to work. And in some special cases when it's busy times I'll have 2. So we have our food secured because we're gonna make pie or cookies. I can actually make both, and both will give me a resolve bonus, but that does mean that they will eat twice as much. If you give multiple food sources, they will just eat 1 of each every break. And that would be 10 extra resolve. Let's tell someone to do this. They have been finished doing that. But this one needs, yeah. In clearance they are sowing the fields. No, in drizzle they're sowing the fields, in clearance they're harvesting, and in storm they're plowing. And plowing is optional. But that means that clearance is where the cycle, the production cycle starts, so it has no use to put anyone in there now. We're going to have to wait until after the next storm before we start producing grain, before we start using this building, and finally that one. scouts are idle because they have no planks. Planks are in production and they are producing the tent, and then they're automatically going to bring them to the storehouse. Yes, the microphone is softer because I put it down and I'm eating. You're not making quality streams yet. By the time I'm as famous as Kriparian, then this will be one of my first streams, and people will make fun of me about that. And that's good. Why are you not producing fabric? Oh, because there's a limit on it. Let's take off the limit. This is where you can set the limit to how many they produce, and sometimes that's convenient because you forget about the guy and they'll use all your resources which you also need for something else. But that's not the case. In this case I used it because I wanted to produce exactly the amount of materials I needed. And have that done as fast as possible. Well, nothing is happening very fast here today, but that's the convenience of the low difficulty levels. It really kind of doesn't matter what I'm doing. So the next storm is coming in 30 seconds. Oh, we're out of wood again. Let's make this guy stop producing planks because we need the wood. Are we still building things? Yeah, one thing, a bakery. So we keep one builder for that. Okay, during the storm it's not going to be convenient if the fire goes out, so I am going to burn my coal. I will burn both wood and coal, but I'll put priority to wood, so they'll use wood as long as it's there, and when it's running out they're going to use the coal. Before the storm ends I want 2 guys in here so they can start with the first growing cycle. So few guys. So let's have a look what else can we use to win this game. We have food for the humans. That's gonna be just shy of getting them to the 30 resolve we need, but we will find some more resolve at some point. And we have the capacity to produce tools, but not the metal bars yet. Oh. Now we need to start producing the grain, and we have another cornerstone. In 1 production yield 2 packs. As I said, that's quite a nice one. And this one takes another 4 minutes before I get more orders. So what I want to produce metal bars. Now we can look here. Is that going to be possible at all? We're getting the blue bars from the trees, so I should have a bunch of those. But there's no copper on the map, so that's the blue ones is the only bars that we're gonna get in this game. And to produce them we need water. And the recipe, of course, which we don't yet have. And I don't really have a good source of water either. There's always the ability to produce water from the rain collector, but it's very bad and inefficient, kind of just like this crude workstation. So I don't prefer doing that. I prefer the geysers that we sometimes find in the glades. And how many of the bars do I have from the trees now? 10. Well, we can use those. Let's turn on the tools recipe with the bars. It's not a lot yet, but some is better than nothing. We'll do that later, there's no hurry on that. We're just looking at what's going to be our victory condition. And it's going to be a mix of tools and result. So we're gonna clean this area out, and then to open the two blades in quick succession I probably open these two, or maybe this one and the small one, because the order I believe did not say it have to be large blades. Two blades, no. That's also something with difficulty levels, because the orders you always recognize them after you've played for a while, but that's on the higher difficulty levels it will say two dangerous blades. So we get another 4 people, or 3, so I choose this one because it's 4. And now you see this one starts at a much lower resolve. And that means that they might get in trouble in the storm. I'm gonna add another house or 2. I'm gonna move this thing out of the way. And I'm gonna add 2 houses here. Yeah, the difference in difficulty levels is stunning. I started with 100 food or so, and I still have 100 food, and I'm not even aware that I'm producing food. It must be coming from the tree somewhere. On the highest difficulty level my food would be pretty much gone by now. What are we missing here? 1 plank. We have this one, but we don't have the grain yet. Are we going to produce pie, or are we going to produce biscuits? The humans want them both. The beavers, they want biscuits, and the lizards, they want pie. I think I want to start producing pie. Can I actually? What do we need for this? These are my starting resources or something, but they cannot do that with the vegetables, and these neither. So I'm actually gonna need another food source to keep producing them on the long run. And right now, oh, I cannot adjust what they are allowed to eat yet, so they're gonna be eating all those valuable resources right now. Add 4 new people, let's put them to work. I want 6 permanent woodcutters. See, and then we can change this, because the impatience didn't matter. We can choose it to a lizard, for example, and you will get 1 global resolve, so everyone's going to be a little happier. Since I don't know if I'm gonna get ancient tablets, those are just random finds, rare random finds in the glades, I'm gonna choose this, because this will happen at some point. Two events by making the decision loyalty. We're not sure if that happens, but we aren't sure this happens either. So we'll not make this pick yet. Oh, this is loyalty choice, so yeah, that will happen. We're going to send 2 packs to the... So we needed how many? 14? Yeah, we need 14, and we're going to get 9 from orders. So we actually only need 6. 5. We can do this a little faster, huh? Oh, we had a trader. Does he have anything important? +1 grain? Well, that's 1 on 6, so that's a 16% improvement. That's not so huge. Gain pottery when you cover glade, that's also not so big. I like to buy building materials. Just saves me a lot of effort of producing them. Let's just buy all those planks. Let's buy all those, because trading is still OP, so we can just buy all the things we desire. Oh. And that means we can clear out this building. We kind of can forget about that, but let's keep them going a while. And we can focus on tools production here. I'm gonna set the tools production to the highest priority, so they will be producing tools as long as they're crystallized due, and otherwise they're gonna produce planks from my rare little bit of wood. And there's the bakery. So I think next spring I'm gonna open a few more glades. See if there's anything interesting in there. the storm is coming again, but we have these pesky lizards, and they're gonna go negative if we don't do anything. You shall see that right now. So what do? We take off a few woodcutters. One more. And then we go back to hostility level 1. And everybody is happy. We should have some grain now. Yes, so we can start making flour. We can calculate a little bit what to expect. We see that we have produced 60 grain in our first year. That's 12 productions of flour, and they take 1 minute each, plus a little bit of walking time. So if we do one guy, they can do about 9 per year. But 2 guys would be excessive. I'm gonna stay at 1 for now. And then again here, we're gonna have, with this one guy, he's gonna produce about 80-90 flour per year. So that's 10 producings of biscuits or 12-13 producings of pie. Which one are we going to produce? I said I would prefer to boost the lizards because they're lower, so we're going to produce pie, and that can use 2 people. Another cornerstone, woodcutter sprayer. Yeah, that sounds good. Opa. Now we lost all fuel right now, but I'm going to put some guys on wood cutting, and they're going to quickly fill up the stores of wood, because woodcutter sprayer doubles my wood production at the cost of losing all your fuel when you choose it. And I would not have chosen it if I had a lot, but I didn't have any, so that was a small price to pay. But we first need to get some wood in there really soon, because otherwise the heart is going out again. So that's happening. Good. Then we have some more newcomers. 4 or 4. Which ones do we like? I like the beavers, because beavers are good at wood cutting. So I'm going to exchange the passive ones here. That's 3 beavers for wood cutting, and that's another beaver for wood cutting. And then we were busy filling up this building. We put the lizards in there because they get extra resolve from working in the hot stove in the bakery. This takes 2 minutes, a year is 10 minutes. They're doing a little less than 5 runs per person per year. So we're going to have about 9 times this per year. That's 54 flour. That's still 1 worker short actually of our production. He can use everything. But that produces 80 pie per day. 80, 90. And that would be enough to feed about 8 people on high difficulty. They take 10 per year. I'm assuming they take 5 per year now, so that would be enough to feed 16, 17 people, and that's exactly what we got. But we do want an extra bakery later, because we do have the grain for that. We can produce the flour for that. We just cannot process it all into cookies or pie. That's the food production. Let's not have too much attention for that anymore right now. We're fine. I want a tool production, but there's not too much I can do about that. So right now I need to focus on fulfilling these orders, so I get more blueprints, and we can see if there's anything new in there to speed up our process of winning. And I can do this. I can favor the lizards. They get +5, and that will get them over the resolve bar. But as you see, it's depending on how many guys you have. and I have only 3, so this is producing 0.04 reputation per minute. That's totally insignificant. But well, let's do it, it's better than not. These guys don't have any more wood in their neighborhood, they need to move here. I also like them to be really close to a warehouse, so I put them on that side of the forest. I like to move this to some corner because it's not actively accessed. Like these production buildings, they need to walk to the storehouse to move the goods, so they need to be as close to the storehouse as possible. But the houses, the trading posts, they don't actually go there, so they just can be in some corner. What did I say? I was going to produce this, so I need to do this. We're going to produce packs of building materials, and now I'm going to use the limit because I don't want them to use all of my bricks when I forget about it. I need 6 packs of building materials, right? Oh, 3 actually. I need 3 packs of building materials, so let's reduce that number. No, here. 3. And I need 18 packs of crops. What ingredient can we use for that? Oh, we can use the excess grain that we have. So that's gonna fix this and this. 2 glades in quick succession. That's what we're gonna, well, I was planning to do that this spring, I think. We're gonna do it next year. And this comes later. We have more choices to make. Oh, they're expensive choices. This one we don't have a production for yet, so I cannot guarantee that I'm going to be able to do that. So I'll have to choose that, and we'll have to make more packs. $135 wood. See, now we're going somewhere. This double wood production really makes the difference. We have other biomes that it's default to the wood production. So this one has the advantage that it's producing all kinds of goods like those blue bars. Another biome has double wood production. Oh, we're gonna run into problems here like this. We stop favoring the lizards, we're still short. Let's pause this and see what we're gonna do about this. Is there a lizard in here already? Yes. You silly beavers. I'll have to take you off wood cutting. I'll actually have to take the humans off wood cutting, of course. Now we're fine. And there we have another order to fill. Completing that order made me lose one of the hostility points, because every point you gain here, that one goes 1 down. And that brought me back to level 2. So I had to take off another woodcutter. You see them being more happy now. You have the +5 from the pie. Via these guys not doing anything because that was finished and I forgot to turn on the recipe. Oh, this is nice. We're gonna get free oil for every flower produced. But this is also kind of nice. Usually it's like if you see things that reduce hostility, you do it. Because hostility is the main burden of the game. But I'm not too worried about hostility, am I? And I'm gonna open those things later. So I'll choose this. Because I don't yet have the 24, I think. No, I have only 12 tools, so it will be a long time before I start really actually opening them. This is 5. This is 5. These are better rewards. I'll choose this. And we can proceed with producing reputation again. We're at 0.07 right now. Yay! And I need to look at this trader. Does it have anything important? Not really. Not really. And I don't have money. I can sell parts though. I have way excessive amounts of parts. Oh, and I promised I wanted to open glades. So I'm going to open these 2 glades right now. First the big one, because we're going to have to solve the glade event. And you always want to do that early in spring, because it takes some time and you want it to be finished before the next storm. So we fill up this guy again. We put some in there. That's gonna happen. Would be nice if that can happen within 20 seconds, so I can use the trader to buy something to solve the glade event if needed. And it does. This looks familiar. Yeah, it's exactly the same as the last one. We can just do this again. It's well, 12 resolve is a lot. Can we deal with that? Because if I turn this off, then only the beavers are not fine. If I favor the beavers, we would go to 12 and 8, which means we're 5 short. That's 3 levels. That needs to take off all my woodcutters again, but I can build houses, and these get 2 extra and 1 extra, and then I'm getting sort of close. Yeah, I am going to bury the entrance because I just want this. Oh, that is nice though, and I can open those things with that. And this is 300 hostility. That's less than 12 when we're not in storm. So I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'm going to do well, actually I'm saying I'm going to do this. I need to buy the resources and he doesn't sell them, so I can't do that. I might be able to take those resources out here. The crate of tea. Tea works, but I don't have 40 stones. Or sea marrow. Does he have that? No, he doesn't have that either. So no, that's not an option. I'm gonna have to do this. We'll have to freaking bury the entrance. Boom. Oh, it's only for the beavers, the negative. Oh, yeah, it's only the woodcutters. I just have to take off a few woodcutters and we're fine. There, that's it. So easy. So we open this glade. That does not have an event, that's easy. But we want to open it within this time. And meanwhile we're gonna start, we hope to collect the tools to open all those caches. Oh yes, did he have the bars? Oh, that's too late. Let's call in another one. Building materials, crafting materials, we shall see. We're gonna see if we can buy some bars. What's this? Curious little invention, it appears to be broken. Spawns coal deposits. We don't need coal deposits. I like to use my 12 stones for this, yeah. Because that's 15 bars and some fuel. He does not have bars. We can buy some more planks. Planks are always convenient. A trapper's can. Do we actually need a trapper's can? That's for this. And insects, can they be used here? Not here. Nor here, so that's not that useful. No. Okay, never mind. We don't need the trapper's can. We're gonna make some space to build an extra hut here, because that is also good for the 2 extra resolve that we get from it. Hoppa. Is this manned? Yes. I do have a lot of workforce now. Let's just put them on the job somewhere. Here we want beavers. No, 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 beavers. We can gather some of this food. We're actually running sort of low on the food now, see? 50. It's because we have so many more people now. And of course our food production is cyclical. Well, it shouldn't be. This is going well. We have that in stock. We have that in short supply because we are making the packages of that. Hoppa! We have 2 orders filled again. Now we have 4 blueprints. What do we like? I think jerky is something that could be useful. Let's pick that. Pickled goods is something that can be useful also. Crystallized dew. Crystallized dew could be useful. Do I actually have water already? No. No, we do not have water. But I do think I should choose this anyway, because we have a chance that it's useful. Oh, the tavern. Is that the one that gives me 3 global resolve? Yes, it is. So I'm going to choose the tavern. Coats. Coats is good for humans only. But we have already flour, pack of building materials. Well, yeah. Oh, we have the rain mill already, that's it. I'm gonna choose the clothier and I'm gonna make coats. We're gonna get the humans to 30 at some point. But we have no real hurry. I want to make the jerkies though. I want to be able to make them at least. This is happening right now. I could, of course, double up on my food production simply. That would be good to do. So I'm going to build another small farm here. I'm going to give it a warehouse. Like this. Note notes. Nah. Small farm warehouse. This is enough capacity. We're going to just put a second person in there, and we're going to build an extra bakery. We have 24 already? Yes, we do. Let's start doing one of those. Opa. Storm is coming and we're at 4 hostility. How is that possible? Villagers, woodcutters, glades, nothing special. Yeah. So I'm gonna build not here, this one here, and I have it on high priority. Oh, now we're getting in trouble. Here is the button to remove all woodcutters, but that still gets me only down to hostility level 3, which is still an issue. Now the herd that I'm building here will also reduce hostility levels. We have the building materials, so that should be done pretty soon. Yes. And in here we can put more lizards, produce more pie. Do we have this still? No, we don't. We want meat or insects, so we do want the trapper's camp after all, but the small one will be fine. That's the second highest priority now. And we need farm fields for that, but that's next spring. This one is producing some food. Yeah, I've been slacking. One more order. This would be convenient, but we don't know if we're going to get those. And this, we can always do that in a final push. So my priority issue is that I'm at 3 hostility levels. I need to cut out a place to build another hut. And that's going to be here. So we need to remove these trees. But we can't do that right now because we can't put in woodcutters. Well, this needs to happen fast. And otherwise we'll just lose a few people. We need another 15 of all packs. Oh, the crops, they are already produced. Oh, that's why I'm low on food. I've put them all in packs of crops, I suppose. And then we need building materials and provisions. Yes, provisions. We don't have any ingredients for that. Building materials, we want to make them from wood, I suppose. Well, they don't want to use those. 50, just keep that going. We just had one more impatient point that brought us down a little bit, but this is gonna be our saving grace, but it's probably just too late. No, it's not. maybe. Maybe. I don't know where that lizard's gonna come from. Yeah. So we can juggle, because it takes time for them to leave. So we make the lizards happy for a moment. No, we're gonna lose one beaver. Oh well. That's no biggie. And then it's spring again. We're gonna man the second farm. Tell them to make only grain. We're gonna man the woodcutters again. This one too. And before you know it, all our guys are at the job again. Both seem pretty useless right now. Yeah. Well, I'll just not make a choice yet, in case they become useful. So, what do we want? The clothier, we can build the clothier already. And we can continue gaining some resolve from the lizards. And we have more newcomers, a few lizards, more resolve. Oh, we need to build houses. We need to build homes quickly. Hoppa. Actually, I'm going to build them right here. But we need to build a lot, so I'm going to build them everywhere. Because that's going to give me another 2 global resolve with a park. Really, it's because it's low difficulty level. I'm just doing this all late and slow. Normally when I play the high difficulty levels, I take 3 times as much time and I make sure everything is done perfectly in time. But who cares right now, huh? Who freaking cares? Oh, misclick. We're not producing any pie. That is pretty bad actually. This needs to be manned. Post haste. No. Got another blueprint. Brewery could maybe be of some use, because we do have the tavern, but we don't have the planks to build it yet, nor the bricks. Let's just wait those 347 out. They're soon gonna go hungry, which is bad. And maybe I need to call him anyway, even though it's almost there. I'm gonna call him and buy food. It's not that hunger is game over anyway, but I don't like hunger. And we have so much gold. So we buy pies, because the advanced foods, they cost about the same as the basic foods, even less. So we buy advanced foods, we buy them all. We have some more money. Well, let's keep it at this. We have plenty of food and our people are gonna be happy. So happy. Maybe I should build a second trapper camp at these nodes. We have more meat for the pies. How many tools do we have? Very little. You guys are probably sitting on their lazy asses here. Do we have space for an extra small hut now? Yes, we do. This one is now to level 1. We got twice that. I could take this down and we still are over the bar, but these both need 30. That's not gonna happen really soon. Do we need more houses? A few more. So I'll build 2 more houses and then move one of them. And then we're gonna get a third bonus there. So we need 5 more reputation to win this game. Why did he die? Eerie song. Oh, that's this level 5. Yes, I was not allowed to go to level 5. So we're down to 4. How's our wood supply? 99, that's mediocre. I'm gonna run this for a while until they go low. Within the next year I'm gonna try to push for the victory as soon as I can, which will mean calling in some traders, trying to buy tools or whatever. Up. What is this? I'll just pick something. I'll decline. I'll buy tools. I want to buy tools. I want to finish this game. I have 2 reputation points worth of stashes here, and 3 reputation points worth of orders. A route delivery line, it's a bit of free food, that's good. Call in the trader. Hilda does not have any tools. I don't really need any else. I might need building materials. Yes, we need 3 bricks for that. We buy a few build materials. We have the packs. Can we get the beavers to 26? Ah. We have coats production, right? Okay, so we buy some of the fabric of you. And then we're gonna produce coats. And that will get the weavers to 26. And then we need to open 3 dangerous glades. We have 2 from the... From what? The caches? No, because I don't have the tools. Yeah. Oh, the humans can start creating resolve, and they're with 18. That's gonna put some... That's gonna help. See, 0.31 per minute. We're gonna do this for another 5 minutes. That's 1.5. And then with the orders we are just about there. Trapper's camp. It's fine, we're producing pie, I assume. Yes. They are all at work. We're still short of insects though. But food production is fixed. We seem to be good. We can put someone in there. And then that will be on. Let's stay at 3. If I take this off, I'll be almost ready to get the beavers to 26. We're getting the coats now. We call in another trader. It's gonna give me 4 impatience points. Almost a bar full, but we'll be fine. We will be fine. I hope you got tools. No, you don't got tools either, you nasty fucking bastard. Oh, am I gonna get banned from Twitch for talking like that? We'll buy some more happy foods. We want everybody happy. beavers were not going to get to 26 yet anyway, so we'll keep pushing the humans a bit more. We can't unfortunately call any more traders. It's exponential, the amount of impatience they cause. I am going to put a human in here to slow this down. What's this? 1.2 more. That's about 7 minutes, 6.5 minutes. Okay, so right after the storm that would be over. Haha. I am making it exciting after all. We need to find a way to 3 dangerous glades. That's one. This can be another one. Three should be doable, right? Yeah, we're just gonna touch this before the storm, and then we're gonna lose one point there, which means we got another 5 minutes. What good is a temple? Not good. And there is spring again. Let's see. I need those beavers on 26. That's just not happening, is it? That's just not seeming to be happening. We need to produce cookies. Biscuits. Produce biscuits. Okay, 5 beaver houses. That will get them another 3, and that should be just enough. Until then we might be able to gain a few more of that. What's happening? The fire is going out. Shit. Shit, we can't do that either. I think I'm in trouble actually. I need to do that. And I need to get people out somewhere. I need people. People. Where the fuck was that? Oh, here. Investigate that shit. How am I gonna save my sorry ass? I can do this 5 times. That's 10 tools, and then I've got exactly 24. Hurry. So this is happening. This event is happening. And I am in trouble. How many minutes do I have? 5? Yes, I've got 5 minutes. I'm opening that glade. And I can open one more somewhere. Where? Where's the other one? Oh, this one. That's a really easy one to open. And then we're gonna have that when the event is completed. But that is going to take 3 minutes, so that's gonna be just in time. And I can do this too. It's going to make my people die and leave, whatever, but that doesn't matter. That does not matter. I've got plenty food, so you can quit. You can get out of there. Put some in there. investigate that. This is a 15. Okay, already put on the 24. This should be good now. If I turn this to maximum speed, we should be winning within a few minutes. And we're not getting the beaver resolve, unfortunately. But this one should be just in time. 2 minutes. Yeah, that's just in time for this one to be done. So yeah, next game I'm going to pay more attention. I'm going to play way slower, like I'm supposed to. It's gonna take a lot more time. And that was it. So now we got some materials as a reward, and we can use those to buy upgrades. I'm gonna do that at the start of the next game, and I'm gonna explain the entire thing behind that then. We also get experience and deeds, which are sort of achievements, and those help us to level up. So we can buy the unlocks in the tech tree that I just showed you. So that was it for today. I made it needlessly exciting. Well, I guess that might be a good thing anyway. So the next game we are going to play either one of these, and I'm gonna have a little time to think about that. Which one of those two it will be. So see you later. That was the stream for today.